Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the East Carolina press conference where they just defeated Grand Canyon by a score of 3-1 to force an if necessary game tomorrow. The floor is open for questions.
Logan, congratulations. That was an outstanding performance.
Thank you.
I don't know what else to say about it, but tell me this. You didn't do very well in game one. How does that affect your approach to today? Because you were great today.
Game one, man, I went out there with, I kind of let my adrenaline take over, and I knew it was a fluke, and it's a good thing it got me when he did so I could come back today and have the performance that I did. And I just knew today that I didn't need to go out there thinking I had to do too much and just throw my game.
This is for Ben Fox. Ben, obviously Logan's pitch count was way up there. What goes into the decision-making process when you're witnessing something so special, but you're also trying to manage the ball game here in a national semifinal? So what goes into that decision?
Well, you know, we definitely want to take care of them as much as we can. And, you know, in a normal circumstance, you know, if we were on the other side of the bracket, it probably goes a little differently. We don't necessarily let him go that long. But, you know, when the guy's out there and you can tell that he's got his best stuff and he's dominating and he's only giving up one hit and no earned runs and he's throwing it past everybody all the way, you know, past 100 pitches, you know, it's really hard to take him out. We talked about, you know, his pitch count, but, you know, we almost were like, well, it could be the last time he throws, or it could, you know, we got to win this baseball game, survive in advance. And, you know, he wanted the ball. I asked him every inning, and he said he wanted the ball, so I was going to give it to him.
Question for both Ben and Alex. Ben, in the post-game interview with Colt Club Sports Radio Network, you had mentioned that after a loss this year, you bounced back with at least 5 wins in a row. Could the coaches maybe talk about the resiliency of the team and your mindset coming back after a loss?
I mean, we're just dogs. I mean, that's what we do. If you can beat us once, but you're not going to beat us again. I can tell you that. Our guys, they know what to do and when to do it. We've practiced all year. We've gotten ourselves ready for this situation. And just a loss, it meant nothing to us. We weren't down. We weren't upset. We weren't nothing. We knew what we had to do, and we did it. And I mean, we're still here, and we're going to be here till Thursday.
I mean, we talk about mental focus a lot, mental toughness. We preach it a lot. And, you know, after a loss and a loss that nobody was expecting, you know, nobody was expecting Walden to do that because he's thrown so well all year long. You know, we just talked about you got to stay mentally tough. You got to prepare one game at a time. And, you know, the guys have really responded, and they're doing a great job of battling through the conditions and you know, through everything that we're having to go through.
Logan, I think I could speak for everybody that was in the stadium today. You know, not many people have ever seen 21 Ks in a game. You know, I think a handful of people on this planet have done that. At what point today did you feel like you were able to do that? Was it something that you felt in warm-ups that you were like, man, I feel good today, my arm feels good, or was it like in the 5th inning that you felt like, okay, I have this game under my control?
Good question. Honestly, man, I knew if I was keeping my fastball down right off the bat, I knew I was going to be in good shape. And I just went up there with that bulldog mentality and just shoved it in there. And like I said, statistically, I don't keep up with it during inning to inning. I don't really care about that. I just care about getting the outs and getting back in the dugout so my team can produce.
I want to ask you guys about Grand Canyon. You guys have been to 5 straight World Series. They're the only team out of the 8 that hasn't been to one, and they've impressed a lot of people. They really hung in there tough. Can you talk about your opponent, because you're going to see them again tomorrow, and what kind of things surprised you and what might you be making some adjustments for tomorrow?
Man, they're a really good baseball team. They really are. They played great defense today. You know, they took away some hits that I thought we were, you know, I know the pitcher took away 2. Shortstop made a fantastic play up the middle. You know, they played great defense. You know, they were mentally tough as well. They hung in there the whole game. Very impressed with the way they're coached, their approach. You know, they weren't chasing pitches necessarily out of the zone. He just had his best stuff today. And, you know, they've impressed me. I've been talking about them the whole week. And, you know, they're a great opponent, and we look forward to taking them on again tomorrow because, you know, we really think that we could be the 2 best teams here. And they're a really good baseball team, and a lot of respect for them. They play great today.
Coach, you had mentioned it was a tough decision going out there in the ninth, but you turned to Gosney again. He gave you solid innings in your first game against Penn State. He picked up the win against Florida State. Now he picks up a save here tonight. Talk about your confidence in him and maybe your bullpen in general going forward.
Yeah, no, Gosney is, I think, he's just a bulldog as well, man. He really wants the ball. We looked at him. I just gave him a look in the sixth inning, and he was just telling me, give me the ball, And we got a lot of faith in Walden. We threw him out there, and I knew his pitch count was really high, and I knew that the 8-hitter was going to have a little tougher time with the off-speed stuff that Gosney had, and I have a lot of faith in the kid, like I have a lot of faith in every one of my guys. Especially, him and Walden back to back. It's tough because Walden's throwing the fastball in the outer half, and then, Gosney can come in with the slider and the curveball, which, it switches the eye angles. It's tough. And, I got a lot of faith in him, and we're probably going to use him again.
Coach Fox, you get Grand Canyon again tomorrow. Any idea who you're going to be throwing on the hill tomorrow yet?
Not 100% sure. We've talked about it. We've talked about it, but I'm going to keep that under wraps, But
It's going to be Waldo.
yeah, probably Walden. Yeah. Well, you got 200 more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Walden tomorrow.
Any further questions? Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.